going to take decimals now and write them, we're going to take fractions now and write them as a decimal and a percent. So 4 over 5. Now, I could divide 4 by 5 using long division. If your teacher allows you to have a calculator, that would be super fast. But in 7th grade, that normally doesn't happen. You usually have to divide those out by long division. But there is a little shortcut trick that you can do that makes it just a little bit easier. Since 5 goes into 100, and I'm trying to turn this into a percent, which is per 100, I can multiply 5 times the number that makes 100 when you're multiplying. So 100 divided by 5 is 20. I can multiply by 20 and get 100 on the bottom, and I really want that. But if I put 20 down here in the denominator's place, I have to put 20 in the numerator's place. You see, that's just like multiplying by 1. It doesn't change its value. It just makes it easier to work with. So 4 times 20 is 80. And 5 times 20 is 100. So what I have is 80 over 100, which is 80 over 100 is 80%, because remember, percent means per 100. And if I want to turn that into a decimal, the puppy dog love that we looked at in the last video, puppy dog love, that's 2 places left. 2 places left. I'm going to put that invisible decimal here and go 2 places left, and that becomes 0.8 or 0.80. Now, on this one, 11 doesn't go into 100 evenly, so I really don't want to use that method right there. I'm going to have to use the long division. And I'm going to go ahead and do it the way you would do it if the calculator was not allowed. The number in the numerator goes inside, it's the dividend. And the 11 is the divisor. Now, 11 does go into 15 one time, and that's 11. So I'm going to subtract, and I have 4. Well, 11 doesn't go into 4, so I'm going to put me a decimal up here and add a 0 and bring it down. 11 goes into 43 times, because 11 times 3 is 33. So I'm going to subtract again, and when I do, I have a 7. 11 doesn't go into 7, so I'm going to bring down another 0. 11 will go into 76 times, and that's 66. So I subtract again, and I have a 4. Well, I had a 4 to begin with, so let's just check and see what's going to happen here. 11 won't go into 4, but it will go into 40, so let's add another 0. 11 goes into 40 3 times, which is 33. Look at the little pattern we're forming here. And then I have 7 left. 11 won't go into 7. So I'm bringing down another 0, and that will be 6. So do you see that the 3, 6 is repeating? That means it's 1.36. Put a repeating bar over both 3 and the 6. Now that is your decimal. Now let's turn it into a percent. If we want a percent and we have a decimal, we have to go 2 places to the right. So that will be 136.36 repeating percent.